Okay, so we want to do in 12.4, correct?
Yes.
Numbers 29 through 34. Okay, so these are draw a bunch of graphs given this kind of picture. Okay, so I've got one picture over here for 29 through 31 and one picture over there for the others. So let's try these guys first. So maybe let's make number 29 red. So how do I draw y as minus f of x? What's that amount to?
Flip it.
Yeah, that's a flip, and it's vertical or horizontal? Vertical, because it happens after the function rule, right? So that's this kind of flip. So how do I do that?
You could just write down the points you have and then flip the sign on the y values.
Yeah, I would advise towards look at these points, right? These 3 points. They're going to still be connected by lines, right? Okay, so this point right now is 1, negative 2. If I switch the sign on the y value, it'll go to 1, 2. So this point here is 1, 2, right? This point right now is at
3, 2.
3, 2, and after I flip it, it'll be at 3, negative 2.
5, negative 2.
And the other guy will be at 5, negative 2, right? Okay, so that line, oops, that line's pretty easy. And the other one,
Crosses at 2 between the 2 points.
you see it still should cross it 2. Why should it still cross it 2?
Because it's only flipped.
Yeah, because it's kind of flipped across that, right? Or
It is a mirror image only.
negative 0 is 0, right? Okay, so it still goes through this point here. Okay, so there's 29. That's minus f of x, if I was writing a label. How about 1/2 f of x? What's that? That's so 29 was a vertical flip. 30 is a vertical, yeah, it's a compression by a factor of 2. Or it's just multiply the y coordinates by a half, right? Okay, so if I multiply the y coordinate of this point, which is 1, negative 2, by a half, what do I get? 1, negative 1? Oh, yeah. See the squish there? How about these two? Where do those squish to?
3, 1, and 5, 1.
Good. They go to 3, 1, and 5, 1. And I'm still connecting this with a 1, right? You guys cool with that? So if I was to label that, that's 1/2 f of x. All right, now the other one we're going to have to get creative because we're out of colors. So we'll have to use dotted line or something. Oh, I guess I should make it the same as the other. Okay, so what's that? That's a twice f of x? Yeah, it's a vertical stretch, right? It's still happening after the rule. So what do I do? Where's my point at? This guy is at 1, negative 2. Where's that guy go?
1, negative 1.
Nice. We're multiplying the y values by 2. So we got 1, negative 4. And then how about those guys? What are the y values for the other two?
Both the y values are 2.
Both the y values are 2, so both the new y values will be 4. So I need another tick here. So those will be here and here. And then we connect with dotty lines. should I label that one?
2 left.
Yeah, that's twice up. Cool, these? Questions on any of these? So, to recall, this was a vertical flip. This was a vertical compression. And this one was a vertical stretch or expansion or whatever. Okay, so on the others here, oops, without spinning. Okay, so on the others here, what's number 32? If I was to phrase that as,
It's a flip and a stretch.
yeah, it's a flip. And, well, it's really vertical, right? Flip. And vertical stretch. You see that? Okay, so maybe let's make that one blue. How do I do that guy? So I could go to the red one over here, right? And then multiply the y values by 3. Or I could take my picture here, right, and my points. So these guys are 1, -2, 3, 2, and 5, 2. And I could multiply their y values by -3. That'll accomplish the same goal. So maybe let's just do that. Oh wow, that's gonna, my picture needs to be a lot bigger. So I need a -4, -5, -6. And
You can get a 6 on top.
I need a 4, 5, 6 on top. Okay, so where are my points now?
At 1 and 6.
1, 6. Okay.
At 3, -6.
3, -6. And
5, -6.
5, -6. Okay, so there's that piece. The other one is going to be kind of hard to get right. You guys will have to kind of forgive me about the not straightness of that line. Okay, and what should that get labeled?
-3 after that.
-3f. Cool.
Or 32.
Or what?
Number 32.
Oh yeah, sure. Or number 32 of x. Refrain from using numbers as function names.
Well, just move it so that it looks like a weird symbol.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, remember we get to name our functions whatever we want, but I would strongly avoid using numbers in them. Let's see. So number 33, what's that thing? If I'm going to color that red, what's the rule that's happened to that? That's shift which way? It's vertical. And the +2 means that it's up. Yeah, right. So vertical, up 2. Really, we could forget the vertical part of that, right? Because up really tells you it's a vertical shift. So go up 2, how do I do that?
Can you take all the points and add 2 to the y value?
Okay, so these two will be easy. They just move up 2 units. This guy goes
1, 0, 0.
to 1, 0. And we put our line through there. Okay. Now what?
Label it
Label it, and it's,
f of x plus 2.
okay, f plus 2. Cool. And number 34, how is number 34 different even? What's the difference between f of x plus 2 and f of x plus 2?
Because it'll be a horizontal shift.
Yeah, really it's kind of the phrasing, right? Really I should say this as f of the quantity x plus 2, then doing f to the whole thing. So,
X where X is X plus 2.
yeah, this guy, don't do that either. There's a horrible trick we do in calculus where we do that, and it's awful. So refrain, please, from doing that. So this guy, right, is happening, plus 2 is happening before I do the rule f, and here it's happening after we did the rule f. So this is a thing about changing the inputs, right? So this is a
Horizontal shift.
horizontal shift, and this one is left 2. Okay, so how do I shift everything left 2?
First one is 3, -2.
Well, you just look at anything
That's
that's
two.
all your x inputs.
And 7,
So is it 3, -2?
Going left.
Gotta go.
Yeah, it left's the, they go like
2.
this,
See,
and
I'm
not
the
like
opposite
this.
of the rest. Like humanity.
Okay, so left by 2 means that this point should be at,
-1, -2.
okay. And then these guys should be at
1, 2, and 3, 2.
1, 2, and 3, 2. Oh, that's kind of neat. That one's on both pictures. Okay. So let's see. Now I need to dash line between these. Dashes. Wow, this picture got horrible. These ones overlapped way more than those ones. So the dashes are, what's the label?
F of x plus 2.
F of,
quantity x plus
yeah,
2.
f of the quantity x plus 2 for the dashes. And we can now, well, we could now solve this thing. When does f of x plus 2 equal f? Right?
3, 2.
Oh yeah, that happens at 3, 2. Right? That's where they overlap. There's another one we could see, which is where does f of x plus 2 equal minus f of x, or minus 3 f of x, and that's whatever the x value is for this coordinate.
Should be like 1.5.
Yeah, it looks like it's about 1.5. These are called functional equations, and they're super hard to solve usually. But if you can do these pictures, sometimes you can get a handle on them. Like this one is, that's cool. Other things on these?